Chapter 1 of Vairagya Shatakam by Bhartrhari, translated by Swami Madhavananda. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Uday Sagar. Chapter 1. Condemnation of Desire. Chudothamsita charu chandra kalika chanchachika baswaro Leela dagda vilola kama shalabha Shreyo dashagre spuran Anthaspurjatapara mohatimira Pragbhara mucchatayan Shcheta sadmani yoginam Vijayate gnana pradipo haraha. 1. All glory to Shiva, the light of knowledge, residing in the temple of the yogi's heart, who smites away, like the rising sun, the massive front of the endless night of ignorance overcasting human minds, in whose wake follow all auspiciousness and prosperity, who burnt up gay lust as a moth, as if in sport, and who appears beaming with the lambent rays of the crescent adorning his forehead, rays that look pleasing like soft half-blooming buds. Chudottamsita, made an ornament for the head. Charukalika chanchachika, lambent beams like beautiful half-blooming buds. Leela dagdha, burnt up at ease or in sport. Shreyo dashagre, in front of all circumstances of prosperity. Sfuran, appearing. Antasfurjat, spreading forth in the heart. Pragbharam, heavy mass at the front. As is customary with Sanskrit poets, this opening verse is dedicatory to Shiva in this instance, as forming an auspicious introduction. Bhrantam deshamaneka durga vishamam praptam na kinchit phalam tyaktva jati kulabhimanamuchitam seva kruta nishvala bhuktam mana vivarjitam para gruheshva shankaya kakavat trushne jrumbasi papa karma pishune nadyapi santushyasi. 2. Many are the inaccessible and perilous places I have travelled, and yet obtained no riches. Sacrificing proper dignity of birth and social position, in vain have I served the rich. Like the crows have I fed myself, devoid of self-respect, at the house of others, in the expectation of gain. And yet, oh, desire, thou prompter of evil deeds, thou art waxing lustier, and art not still satisfied. Aneka durga vishamam, rendered difficult of access by various obstacles. Phalam, result, but here wealth. Ashankaya, hankering after gain. Papa karma pishune, indicative of evil deeds. Utkhatam nidishankaya, kshititalam dmata kire dhatavo. Nistirna hasaritam patirnrupatayo, yatnena santoshitaha. Mantraradhana tatparena manasa nitaha smashane nishaha praptaha kana varata kopi namaya trushne sakama bhava. 3. The earth have I digged into in quest of precious minerals, and metals from rocks have I smelted. The ocean have I crossed, and the favour of kings have I diligently sought. Nights have I spent on burning grounds, with my mind occupied with mantras and worship, and not even a broken cowrie have I obtained. Be satisfied, therefore, O desire. Khala lapaha sodaha kadamapi tada radhana parairni gruvyantar bhashpam hasitamapi shunyena manasa kruto vittastamba pratihata diya manjalirapi tvamashe moghashe kimuparamato nartayasi mam. 4. In our servile attendance on the wealthy wicked, their shabby manners and talk we have somehow put up with. Suppressing tears that welled up from our hearts, we have smiled out of vacant minds. Obeisance we have made to dullards, stultified by too much wealth. In what more fooleries wouldst thou have me dance, O desire, thou of ungratified yearning? Vittasthamba pratihata diyam, those rendered dull in intellect by inactivity due to too much wealth. Modhashe, with hopes thwarted. Another reading is Chittastambaha as a separate word. The meaning then would be we have restrained our feelings and made obeisance, etc. Amisham prananam tulita bisini patrapayasam krute kim nasma birvigalita vivekairvyavasitam yada dhyanamagre dravinamada nissanyamanasam krutam vita vridair nijagunakada patakamapi. 5. What have we not endeavored to do with our depraved conscience for the sake of our pranas, five vital forces, which are unreliable and compared to water on the leaves of a lotus, since in the presence of the rich, with their minds stupefied by the pride of wealth, we have shamelessly committed the sin of recounting our own merits. According to the scriptures, self-glorification is tantamount even to the sin of suicide. Kshantam na kshamaya gruhochita sukham tyaktam na santoshatah sodoh dussah shita tapa pavana klesho na taptam tapaha dhyatam vittamaharnisham niyamita pranair na shambho padam tattat karma krutam yadeva munibhistastaiha falairvanchitaah. 6. We have forgiven, but not out of forgiveness, but out of our incapacity to right our wrongs. We have renounced the comforts of home life, but not out of contentment after satisfaction, but as an exile from home in quest of riches. Though we have suffered inclemencies of weather, cold, and heat, so difficult to bear, still it is not religious austerities that we have undergone. With subdued vital forces, night and day, have we brooded on money and not on the feet of Shiva. Thus we have performed those very acts which the Munis, saintly recluses, do perform, but of their good effects we have deprived ourselves. Bhoga na bhukta vayameva bhuktha stapo na taptam vayameva taptaha Kalo na yato vayameva yata strushna na jirna vayameva jirnaha. 7. Worldly pleasures have not been enjoyed by us, but we ourselves have been devoured. No religious austerities have been performed, but we ourselves have become scorched. Time is not gone, being ever present and infinite, but we ourselves are gone because of approaching death. Desire is not reduced in force, though we ourselves are reduced in senility. Here there is an ironical pun on the participles bhuktaha and taptaha, the former being used both in the sense of enjoyed and eaten up, and the latter both in the sense of austerities performed and heated. Similarly, the participle jirnaha means both reduced in force and stricken down with age. The effect, of course, cannot be preserved in translation. Valibhirmukamaakrantam palite nankitam shiraha gatrani shidilayante trushnaika tarunayate. 8. The face has been attacked with wrinkles, the head has been painted white with grey hair, the limbs are all enfeebled, but desire alone is rejuvenating. Nivrutta bhogecha purusha bahumanopi galitaha samanaha swaryataha sapadi suhrudo jivita samaha shanairyashchuddhanam ghanatimira ruddecha nayane aho drushtaha kayastadapi maranapaya chikitaha. 9. Though my compeers, dear to me as life, have all taken such a speedy flight to heaven before being overtaken by old age, though the impulse for enjoyment is wearied out and the respect commanded from all persons lost, though my sight is obstructed by deep blindness or cataract, and the body can raise itself but slowly on the staff, still, alas for its silliness, this body startles at the thought of dissolution by death. Raga grahavati vitarka vihaga dhairya druma dvamsini Moha varta sudustarati gahana protunga chinta tati tasyaha paragata vishuddha manaso nandanti yogishwaraha. 10. Hope is like a flowing river of which the ceaseless desires constitutes the waters. It rages with the waves of keen longings, and the attachments for various objects are its animals of prey. Scheming thoughts of greed are the aquatic birds that abound on it, and it destroys in its course the big trees of patience and fortitude. It is rendered impassable by the whirlpools of ignorance, and of profound depth of bed as it is. Its banks of anxious deliberation are precipitous indeed. Such a river the yogis of pure mind pass across to enjoy supreme felicity. End of chapter 1. Condemnation of desire. Recording by Uday Sagar